We're here today to do a video tutorial for you to give you some recommendations in helping to get the little balance box together. When you open your product, these are the main pieces that you should see. You have your screws and screwdriver, you have each of the sides and the mid support, and then the clear top, and then your instruction manual. When you get your clear top, it will have two white pieces of film to protect the polycarbonate. Go ahead and remove those prior to assembly. Make sure you keep all your trash away from your little ones as you're doing this. The next step that you can do is go ahead and put in that clear polycarbonate top into the groove. And then you want to go ahead and put in the sides, put in the dowels first, and then just clip it on. Same thing with the other side, dowels and clip it on. If for some reason you're having a little bit of difficulty trying to maneuver getting in the sides with the polycarbonate in place, you can always, I'll take this apart for a second. You can always go ahead and put in the sides first, and then go ahead and slide the polycarbonate in afterwards. Whichever way is easiest for you. Just make sure it goes all the way in. There we go. Then go ahead and add your mid-support bar and make sure that goes in. Then you're going to go ahead and add this last part here. This one is a little bit tricky because you want to kind of get underneath of it so you can make sure that the dowels are lined up. There's one side there. And you got to get the middle. There you go. So as you can see, it's a little bit of a trick there, but once you get it in, it should all fit nicely like a puzzle. Now to put the screws on, we recommend adding a little bit of pressure when you're applying the screws to make sure that they go into the pre-drilled holes correctly and straightly. I'm going to turn it this way so hopefully you can see well. You want to go ahead and put the screw in the spot there, and it should have a little bit of an angle to it. Give it a little push to make sure that it gets down into the hole as kind of getting pre-started. Then what you're going to do, take the screwdriver, and if you can do it against a hard surface like the table, and then either put your hand here or on the top, you can apply a little bit of pressure to make sure that the two pieces of bamboo are approximated to make sure the screw goes in smoothly. You do not want to put your hands on the legs here to push and hold and secure, because if you do, you can see how it pops here in the corner and it's going to be much harder to get your screws in. So make sure that all that's secure, and then hold either from the top or on the side frame here when you're putting in your screw. And then you're going to go in. And as I do the screws, I usually go through and I put them all in. I do two at a time, tighten them, then I do the other side, two at a time, get them in, and then I go through at the end and do a final twist of all of them to make sure they're in and secure. Please be mindful not to over tighten the screws so you do not strip the bamboo. For purposes of demonstration, I'm going to put this screw in the whole way so you can properly see. The screw should be all the way in, and it should be flush there in the corner. And then when you flip it up, you should see that it's together. There should be no gaps in the corner.